Hello and welcome to episode
SEIS.
of the OCD Backpacker series. Today we are in step 5 of a larger process, that being the entire kind of backpacking journey. Step 1 in that journey is the idea, step 2 is the plan, step 3 is the execution, step 4 is the post-mortem, which reviews the execution. Step 5, maintenance and repair, that's where we're at, and we're talking about our boots today. Step 6 is improvement, and we'll be seeing those in later episodes. So, thank you for joining me. My name is Matthew Flansburgh. I'm a product expert. I've been developing products for 25 plus years, mostly software, but done a number of physical chemical products along the way. So, that being said, this video is actually very long for those of, segment of users who do like to see and watch the entire process. So, that is the reason for this. But in truth, there's only a couple things you need to know when using Nikwax products. And that's really, when we're talking about the boots, is just keep the boots wet. So for my SCARPAs, I am using 2 Nikwax products in these videos, Footwear Cleaning Gel and the Nubuck and Suede Proof. You'll notice in the videos, basically, keep the boots wet, clean them first with a mild detergent, very mild. I don't want to use too heavy of a detergent in the initial cleaning phases because it could strip properties of Gore-Tex and stuff like that. So just mild, we want to get the dirt off, get it loosened up, let them down first, and keep them wet. Then rinse with clean water and move forward. So that being said, the big Solomons in this video, they get cleaned with the gel, but then they get a leather conditioner, an intermediary conditioner, finishing off with a fabric and leather proof. So all these products, Nikwax, you can get them at REI. I'll leave the links below. That is about, whoa.
Hello, Matthew. STEPHANULTALITE here, reporting live from Daniels Park, Colorado, where I am absorbing the souls of the bison around me as I make this little video with you.
Hey everyone, it's Stephen Ultralight.
Stephan Ultalite.
Yeah.
It's Stephan Ultalite.
So, Stephan, I never asked, what's going on with your voice?
It's called scream whispering. I learned it from Clint Eastwood, Derek Zoolander, Batman, and the Frog Brothers. It's a way of expressing masculinity without raising your voice.
Hey, wait a second. The Frog Brothers from the Lost Boys. Yeah, didn't we meet Corey Feldman at the last Comic-Con in Denver last year?
Ah, we did meet Corey Feldman. Cool dude. Unlike those dirty Hobbitsies.
Yeah, Corey Feldman's cool. What did you mean about the Hobbits?
Oh yeah. Comic-Con. Denver. My wife had spent 16 months sewing my Gandalf outfit. My beard was 2 feet longer than my current. First strike came when I was in line. They took away my fireworks and my stilts. But I still gathered my way from first to second floor. I cleared all the levels of minor and major arcana demon. Some of Saruman's spies were around. They were vanquished. Nonetheless, strike 2 came when I noticed, as I got closer to the booth, that none of the Hobbitses were wearing their clothing from the Shire. They're wearing street clothes. You see, in my mind, when I got there, I had this vision as I approached, that all the lights in Comic-Con would go dim. And as my turn approached, I'd slam the staff down and say, "Frodo, my boy!" And just then, Elijah Wood would light up like a light bulb, and he'd smile, and a 3-foot version of himself would come and jump into my arms. And I'd hold him and hold him tight and say, "I missed you, Frodo." And just then, Samwise, he would come tugging at my robe, and I'd say, "Oh, Sam, oh,
Dude.
That's not what happened at all. I just froze up. I was like 2 feet away from Elijah Wood, and I just stared into his dreamy blue eyes for what seemed like the most awkward hour. And I think that they moved me, and I just don't remember much. I had a panic attack, I think. That's probably what happened.
So, Stephan, what happened after?
I don't know how long I was comatose for, but when I kind of finally came through, they were taking down the stage behind me, and, well, that brings me to tip number 55. It's okay to cry. In fact, Give yourself 5 minutes in any survival situation to cry. Just 5 minutes, though, and take the other 55 minutes to save your butt. That's a good tip. But here's the other tip to that tip. Don't take the 5 minutes to cry if you're being chased by an animal. You have to wait till you're in a safe spot, okay? Now that's thinking.
Hey, Stephan, thanks for the tip. Now back to our scheduled programming. Well, hello there. Today we're going to talk about our feet. My name's Matt, OCDBACKPACKER, hashtag before that. So yeah, typically most humans are bipedal, although I have seen some things on the trail that would lead me to believe otherwise. You know, the best part about having equipment is taking care of it and it taking care of you. So that's kind of what we're in the process of doing. I haven't seen very many videos on this subject. I figured if I was going to do a comprehensive set of videos on camping and backpacking, you probably need to deal with some of the most important things, and those two things for most people are their feet. Now, why is this important? Well, even on our last trip, came into some trouble. A couple of our crew and a separate group had issues with their feet, got wet, and once that happens, wet, cold feet, and you've got miles to go. I'm not surprised that they turned back. We're here today. This is my maiden voyage, well, maiden real voyage on these. I'd been breaking them in, practicing for the 27 miles up there. And then I've got my old hunting boots, and I really do love both of these shoes. I'll probably do a write-up on these guys. Solomon's are quite old, but I will say for a heavy hunting boot, these have gotten through a few degrees above zero, no problem. Icy, coldy wind conditions, so no issues on that. They require 4 steps of cleaning, and I got to write that in there. When I cut, I'll fill in the last one. Last one's proofing for these as well. So to go over quickly what we're going to do, and I'll do it like a time lapse when I clean these, is we're first going to clean them, which is just basically get all the dirt and stuff off of them, and I'll be pretty gentle. But yeah, clean them. These are tough as nails. I mean, rocks collide with them when you twist an ankle and stuff like that, and you're always rolling stuff. So there's no problem with damaging them. We're going to go through the cleaning process, and then we're going to use the cleaning product. Put this into action, and then we'll rinse these clean, and then we'll add the spray. And so yeah, so we'll end up putting the spray on. Quite similarly, we're going to wash, then we're going to apply this cleaning gel, and then for this we're going to condition the leather, and then we're going to add this fabric and leather proof. And I'll shake these in between takes, and yeah, I'll do a time lapse. Hello, my name is Christopher HIKEN. You may know my cousin, famous actor by the name of Christopher Walken. He's been in movies, great movies such as Communion and Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. More likely you're familiar with his cowbell shtick on Saturday Night Live. Nonetheless, we're here watching Matt scrub his boots with a highly diluted soap to water mixture. Very diluted. You don't want to use a heavy nylon brush either. It could damage your Gore-Tex. And that's nothing we want to see out on the trail, is damaged Gore-Tex. Exciting stuff. So, step 2 of the Nikwax process, footwear cleaning gel. We'll use these on both products. Actually, all 3. I'll put these on my super feet. That's what these things are. And honestly, they really help. So if you have like issues with your hip, knees, or something, you might want to give these a shot. They give me a more rigid platform, and I can still articulate my arches and my feet, my knuckles of my toes. And that's actually one of the big differences between these 2 pairs of boots. These are heavy winter hunting boots. They're awesome for deep snow. They'll keep your feet warm. You won't get cold, right? You won't get wet, but they're heavy. And it feels like your legs are like inside of like a bandage or something. You have no use of your toes, so to speak. Whereas these, might as well start cleaning. I'm going to break the seal on this red thing. I've already shaken this enough. So break the seal. Oh, there we go. Oops, and I'm dumping product. So broke the seal, and then we're just going to kind of take these on. So these shoes in particular, what makes them really, really awesome in my perspective is that they're much lighter. They still offer me with the waterproofing. They provide me with the agility on top of the water protection, the rigidity of the heel. I mean, I was packing 49 pounds and I was not having issues with stability. I wasn't having issues with anything with these boots. In fact, I was delighted. These SCARPAs are delightful. You know, and there's boot people, right? I'm kind of a SCARPA guy myself. However, I kind of judge each of the products on their own, and there's a lot of good manufacturers out there. Give me some more of that. There we go. So I'm just applying this cleaner. Seems to be doing a good job of frothing up the boot. I think you kind of get the picture here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to another time lapse. Oh, welcome back to these little time lapse photography moments. Right now, Matt's applying a Nikwax footwear cleaning gel. I'll say it again. Nikwax footwear cleaning gel is what he's applying to the boots that he has in his hands, in his beautiful, supple hands. But you don't have to be aggressive, you just have to be thorough. You just have to clean inside and outside all the grooves. You can do it. Anybody can do it. If you've got your hands and your thumbs, you can do anything. All right. Look at Matt go. He's a Nikwax maniac. All right, for our next step here, we are going to be applying the Nikwax Nubuck and Suede proof to these damp boots. I've shaken this before numerous times. Shake it one more time. It says from about 2 inches away. So really they want us to spray this generously. Now, the label says that this may darken your boots, but if you're like me, it doesn't truly matter. It's just that they work. So I think that's pretty good. Kind of wet. All right, I think that's probably good. And then wipe excess. So let's just kind of get that all wet. Make sure everything's good to go. That's good. So we'll just repeat this process. Now, the other boots, the Solomons, require one more treatment, hence the 4 steps. So we're going to be applying a conditioner, leather conditioner first to that. But in following the steps, we're just going to finish out these SCARPAs first. Then we'll move on to step 3 of the Solomons. I tell you, without a doubt, having waterproof boots when you're in mud is essential. We touched on it. So if there is snow, expect mud. Expect it. Don't be surprised by it. So, yeah, if the mountains say snow, your boots need to say yes to mud. Which I'd have to say both of these boots in this video exemplify really top of the line quality as far as keeping your feet dry and warm. But this boot here is fantastic. It's just so much fun. It's like wearing a tennis shoe with support. So I can't say enough good things about them. So that is the end of that process for our guys right here. I'm going to get another rag and we'll start the conditioning process for this guy. All right. And per the instructions, brush off dirt, damp, good, cleaning wax, cleaning gel, done, shake well, apply sponge applicator to break seal, apply to wet leather, ensure penetration of welts and seams. After 2 minutes, remove surplus and buff with a damp cloth to shine. And then it says use the weatherproofing after that. So we are just going to condition these for 2 minutes each. And yeah, there's time for another time lapse. That's what we're gonna do. Nikwax, Paddy whack, give this dog a bone. Christopher HIKEN is backpacking all the way home. Wow, you see, this little piggy went to market, and this little piggy, he stayed at home. Now this little piggy, he ate roast beef. And all the while, 2 little mice fell into a bucket of cream. Just make sure there are no goats. Scare the living daylights out of my family. Now, Matt is applying Nikwax conditioner for leather and Nikwax fabric and leather proofing. That's it. That's the video. So that's the 4-part process. I'm going to finish up here and kind of polish or wipe down the remaining waterproofing here. But yeah, you can tell that darken the material, but it isn't dried. But directions say it will darken stuff, which is fine. But yeah, the leather looks really nice. These boots look as, I wouldn't say good as new, because they've been at least a couple thousand miles total on these. Those are brand new, so I would expect them to be flawless at this point. But yeah, I love the fact that they build these so well that you can maintain them, and eventually if you decide you can wear out the soles, you can get these replaced if you keep care of them like this. So I hope this was helpful, really just following the directions. But I think keeping the boots wet and clean throughout the process is really the key here. And then making sure that all the proofing and everything has been liberally distributed as per the instructions. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and keep your feet nice and warm and dry. Good morning, and here we are the next day checking in on our boots. Hello, good morning, sunshines. So these boots have been treated, and ooh, the Solomons are interesting. So the right is fully dried, and they look fantastic. And the left is in transition, still drying. But yeah, you can tell. These look fantastic. be good for another few hundred miles before we do this again. But yeah, boots look amazing. And you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna do one last. So here we are watching some dude lace his shoes. But if you want to understand the moniker OCD, you have to understand that every shoelace is a mirror of the other shoe. And that the outside lace has to go over the inner lace, and there's a process involved of balancing all the laces out and remeasuring the distances, so by the time you get to the top of your shoe, you have the exact same length on both sides of the left and right. You understand where I'm coming from. He's a master at this. In fact, it took him 6 takes to do it perfectly, but that's what it takes in these worlds. Perfection. Amazing. Well, folks, that wraps it up for today. Thank you for joining me on how to upkeep, maintain, and kind of take care of our gear. Boots are top priority in your journey here as a hiker, backpacker. Today we demonstrated how to waterproof, weatherproof older gear, 4-step process for these, ending in the fabric and leather proofing with Nikwax, and the 3-step process here for these SCARPAs, ending in the Nubuck and Suede proofing. I did notice that these shoelaces are EO life, end of life, so we are going to be pulling those off camera, and I'll replace them. And so yeah, but for now they're form-fitting. Let these dry, and before I take off them again, I'll replace the strings. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. It's rough out there. Be good to one another. Thanks for stopping by.
If you want to watch Matt transform from a comfortable caterpillar into an ultralight, beautiful backpacking butterfly, hit the subscribe button. Our goal is 14,000 subscribers in 2023. That's as many feet in the highest peaks here in Colorado.
Now, some people have said, hey, Christopher HIKEN, aren't you worried that your cousin, Christopher Walken, is going to come after you? And to them, I say, look at the facts. My name is Christopher HIKEN. He's just a walking, and so anytime we get in an argument, I'm able to get away quicker. It's just the way things really are.